This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
Okay, welcome back everybody, and that was a nice rendition of the national anthem by the Lake City Marching Band. They are directed by Mr. Adam Eiserreich and drum major Mr. Kyle Brasinio. So always nice to hear the marching bands from the different schools.
Yep, Kyle's mom, the assistant prosecutor here in Missaukee County, just retired from the Navy and is going to be retiring from her position. Want to wish her well. Carrie Brasinio, local Lake City person.
Nice, I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, connections.
Okay, connections, nice. Okay, so we've got the officiating crew out there, and we're ready to start things off here really soon. We've got head referee Mr. Mike Sison tonight. Part of his crew is umpire R.J. Bradley. We've got line judge Terry Wakely, back judge Ross Bradley, and we've got head linesman Paul Campo tonight. And hopefully we won't be hearing a lot from them, but you know, sometimes you just never know. They've got their job to do, and of course the fans never quite agree with them for the most part. But you know, that's a tough job to go out there and do. So we appreciate them being there.
Got two head coaches, Kyle Smith and the Harper Strong story on one side. He's here tonight. It looks like head coach Mike Bellina, looks like from Sanford Meridian, is also going to lead their side. Jack Pine versus the Highland. That's always fun to see. And you know, they're a fourth place team. We're a first place team, and that doesn't mean much in the last game. The weather's a factor. The wind will be a factor. We know we like to pass, but we have a quarterback that can run. He's got vision. He's a lot like the McBain quarterback I just saw. Vision, balance, speed, instinct, and he's got this arm. It's stronger than McBain's arm from their first string quarterback, but he's fun to watch, and he's capable of quite a lot.
He certainly is, and you know, the way I look at it, he is really the key to Sanford Meridian's success as far as being able to stop Matt Holt, because if you can't stop Matt Holt, you're going nowhere fast. So it's going to be exciting. He's an exciting player to watch, and he's going to try to lead the Trojans here, hopefully for them, for an undefeated season. And like Bill mentioned earlier, that's going to keep them more than likely home throughout the playoffs, hosting playoff games as far as they can, you know, keep winning. So pretty important victory for them tonight, actually, if they can get it. All right, so some of the player presentations have been made here, and they are getting ready for the kickoff. I'm not exactly sure quite yet who is going to be kicking off, but we have noticed the wind is picking up as we've got a little mist flying past the lights, so it's going to make it a little bit of a messy game. But it's good football weather. I love it.
Lake City likes to use different formations, and we'll see how those formations transfer into their running game. They go with a single back, sometimes a double back, and I've even seen a three-back situation, rarely, but as the game goes on. But they seem to focus around their QB. Their line does a great job, and I noticed your quarterback here just is so able to find holes and use his quickness to get through there. He's explosive, not super strong, but he is strong enough to have a really good arm, can throw the ball 45 yards, and he has receivers that run good routes as well, and they are Meridian, I guess, is one of them.
Yeah, Ben Meridian.
Yeah, he's one of them, but there's a couple, and we'll see their receivers having some fun tonight. Even with this wind, I wouldn't be surprised if this young man at the QB position, Matthew Holt, can also throw into the wind.
Okay, so the kick is off, and a big one it is. It tumbles into the end zone and all the way through the end zone. I think you could definitely tell the wind was at their back on that one. So the Mustangs are going to take off on their own 20-yard line for their opening series.
Looks like their kicker was number 3 for the Mustangs. I'm going to let you know that's Greg Cowling. He's a junior, also plays fullback and linebacker. So it looks like starting off on the 20. You know, blue and white are their colors. Columbia blue, in case anyone's listening out there, when they use with the white jerseys tonight. Lake City in the red and black.
All right, that is Brett Berger, the quarterback. He hands it off, going up the middle. Not much there, maybe a yard at the most. out to about the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up about a 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs.
Bradley Burden on the tackle, a junior linebacker, comes in, makes the stop, solo tackle right there by Brad Burden, and again, a short gain. 2nd and 9 is what it looks like from here, from the far side.
Okay, so Berger is going to take this one from the shotgun position. Sends a man in motion. He's looking over the defense. Snap is made. He hands it off to look like number 11. He's got a couple there before he's brought down.
Yes, number 9 on that. Miles McLeod, the middle linebacker, went with 44 earlier in the season. He's got number 9 now, and he did tremendously on that one. He had some help, some assistance with that, but they all basically bounced off. Miles with the tackle. Short game as well. Lake City defense being stingy again.
Yep, so they are going to be facing a 3rd and about 7 here. They've kept it on the ground so far, and with the wind in their face, might be a tough tough quarter to be throwing the ball. We'll see. 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs. Berger's taking this one from under center. He rolls out, puts it up in the air. He's got a man open, and that one falls out of bounds, just out of the reach of number 5 was the intended receiver, Kyle Stockford. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Mustangs, and looks like they're going to punt for the first time tonight.
Looks like Stockford did a little down and out, about 10 yards, and hooked to the left, went to the sideline, waited for the ball. It was overthrown and almost in the region of another receiver out there, but
yeah, well, no harm done, because I've seen a number of pickoffs from the Lake City defensive backs this year, so sometimes a punt's not a bad thing. And oh boy, there was a punt off the side of the foot. Never want that to happen. That's going to be a real short one. I think it barely crossed the 30-yard line, maybe out to the 31, so that's going to give the Trojans excellent field position as they are going to start their first offensive series off on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
Devin Davis, number 1, the senior, was back for that. Boy, can he bring it back. And maybe they're like, try not to kick it to him, that's part of it. But that was ridiculous. It was a miscue and a bad punt. It's just totally sideways. So great news for Lake City. Here we go.
Well, and sometimes when you drop that ball and all of a sudden the wind takes it, it doesn't take much to get it to the side of the foot. Okay, here's Noah Thome with a handoff up the middle. Looks like they got a pretty good offensive line surge. Looks like they were good for about 6, maybe 7 yards on that carry for Noah Thome.
And Bryce Dunn, looks like one of the linebackers, got just flattened by Thome, but had the tackle and just hung on and went backwards. And some extra yardage by our running back, 2nd and 3 probably, so great run by Thome to start off the offense.
Okay, and Matt Holt hands it off. That's David Greenfield with the ball. He's got some running room working around the left side. He is brought down at about the 13, but not before he gets enough for a Lake City 1st down, and they're on the march.
Bryce Crowder, one of the outside linebackers, number 51, a senior. The good wraparound tackle, and down they went. But as mentioned, 1st down for Lake City. Trojans on the move, going right to left on your dial here in the 1st quarter, with the wind in their back, on their back.
All right, they've got one split out to the left, one to the right. Holt takes it, hands off, and that was a trip up. Not much there as he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know, was there a tall patch of grass right there that he tripped over? I'm not sure.
Piece of grass, we're going to give that a tackle because there was no tackler on that play. And it might be, I'm sure it is slippery.
Yep. Oh, no doubt about it. Maybe I couldn't tell if he, maybe was fumbling the handoff just a little bit, but you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. So no harm done. We got a 2nd and 11 for the Trojans. Holt's going to take this one from the shotgun, fakes the handoff. He's keeping it. He's got room around the right side, cuts it back. He's got 3 tacklers right there. He's able to get a few, and flags are hitting the ground, so we're going to have to see what Mike Seisen's crew has got for the call.
Bradley Solano, one of the linebackers, number 9 on the tackle. Also Bryce Crowder as well, 51. So with an assist. A flag probably going to be a holding on Lake City.
There it is.
They've had some penalties over the season, and with the team this good, if they can just stop those, it'll make them a better team, obviously. They already have the defense in place to go a long ways in the playoffs.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you know how that goes. There's holding on every play. It's just a matter of when the refs see it and call it.
Thanks for letting that secret out.
Well, I don't know how big of a secret it is, but okay, so here's the handoff. That appears to be Noah Thome. Thome's working his way around the left side. Looks like he got a lot of yardage back, close to the original line of scrimmage on a 2nd and long. That is going to leave the Trojans with about a 3rd and looks like about 10 on their 11-yard line.
Bryce Crowder with the tackle, his 3rd one unofficially at linebacker position. Number 75 out in front of that. Looks like Michael Grebe.
Yep, that's Michael Grebe.
Great block. Pulling, looks like he's coming from the guard position on the other side. We'll double check that. No.
All right, so we're actually looking at about a 3rd and 8. Holt with another keeper. He's got a little bit of room up the middle, running hard. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Looks like he came up a little bit short, but this is definitely 4-down territory for the Trojans. And, boy, that penalty, put them back pretty far, but they got it right back in 2 big chunks.
Bradley Solano with the tackle there, and Grebe was coming from the left tackle, and he just came out the left side and had a beautiful block on the previous play. And we're getting close. 4th and what?
Okay, we got about 4th and a long one for the Trojans. Big down for them and the Mustangs. He's tripped up. I'm not sure that he's going to get it. It's going to be very close, and I think it's going to depend on the spot. They may end up calling for a measurement on this one. Let's take a look.
One of their defensive tackles, Jeff, fell down and just was a body blocker, and it tripped up our running back, and with that, he just fell forward.
Okay, they got a 1st down, so we're 1st and goal at about the 1-yard line, it looks to be. So the Trojans get a brand new set of downs. Okay, Holt's going to take this one from under center. Takes the ball, hands it off to, looks like Greenfield. Greenfield is in for the touchdown, Lake City. Nice little hand. Okay, so we're going to try and take another look at that one here in just a second. With a replay, that was David Greenfield with the touchdown. There's Holt handing off to Greenfield, and we just got the tail end of that one, as he's congratulated by Devin Davis. So that's going to put the Trojans up 6-0. They're going to go with the extra point conversion here with a kick. Looks like it was right up the middle, and that was a nice kick for the 7-0 lead for the Trojans.
Kicker for Lake City right there, Jeff. Didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't catch his number. Let me
7 or 1, maybe. Apologize.
You know what? We might have to get him because I don't think he is on our roster right now.
Okay.
And
the kick was up and good.
We'll definitely get his name before too long to make sure he gets some credit. I'm going to look through here one more time. And while I'm doing that, maybe Mr. Barnett can take and mention our sponsors bringing us this game tonight.
I want to thank our sponsors presented tonight. This game is from Munson Healthcare Cadillac Hospital, Wolverine Power Cooperative, and Great Lakes Energy, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Cadillac Tire, Lake City Materials, Bowman and Rogers, Lake City Family Pharmacy, A-Tech, Automotive, and one of my favorite places, Ash's Coffee Cup, and I'm going to keep flipping the page. Pizza Plus, are you kidding me? The gang down there, want to say hi to them for their sponsorship. All of those sponsors, want to thank them very much for putting high school football on TV.
Okay, and another big kick. This one lands in the end zone and bounces through, so that's a big leg from Lake City's kicker. We're still going to get a name. Did you get a number from him, Bill?
It looks
number
like
3? Okay, so we will definitely get the name of the kicker for Lake City, and he's definitely got an advantage right now with the wind at his back. So that is going to leave the Mustangs 1st and 10 from their own 20 again.
Lake City, they've had a couple of roster changes during the season, and this appears to be another one.
Yep.
And we'll catch up on that shortly.
Yeah, Walker Herrick was doing their kicking for him earlier in the year. Okay, so here's a handoff to number 5. He has got about maybe 2 or 3 before he's brought down by a host of Trojans. That was Kyle Stockford, senior, on the carry.
I'm going to try to focus on one. 14 is going to get the tackle. That's Ryan Tawanski.
Okay.
Not sure if there's an I in there or not, but we're going to go with
Twinski.
Okay. the
All
roster.
right, so that is going to bring up about a 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. They've got one split out right, and we're going to have a little bit of pause here as the officials are making sure they've got everything straight. Might be a small clock issue.
It could be the score's not up yet. Nope.
Either that or someone had their headlights on or something in the end zone. It might have been. Okay, so here we are, ready to roll. He takes it, hands it off. No, he decides to keep it instead. Lake City not giving up a lot on that one. He was able to get a couple. Going to fall short of the first down marker by about 3 yards, which is going to bring up about a 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs.
Excuse me, Miles McLeod with the tackle.
Yep.
The kid's got arms. You see his arm. You can see them from up here. Those are not ordinary sized arms.
All right, I like it.
Muscle.
Okay, so the Mustangs trying to get something rolling offensively. They're still looking for their first down of the evening, and they're trying to get it against a stingy Lake City defense. That's a nice pass play out into the flat. Trying to get a cover. Okay, that's number 11, Josh Berriger, sophomore, with a nice catch, and there is a first down for the Mustangs.
Matt Holt on the tackle. Looks like he's playing the cornerback position. The Lake City team goes with the 3 or 4 man line. They're going with the 4 at this point. A 4-4 basically. One of those 2 linebackers in the middle, number 9, Miles McLeod with the muscle. He's got a lot of good teammates at that level that play off the defensive line that's very stout.
All right, so do we just call him Muscles McLeod from here on out, Bill?
We could. He's got him.
Okay, so that is Kyle Stockford again. He was searching for anything he could get. Was quite a bit back behind the line of scrimmage there for a little bit. He got most of it back. Looks like he's going to end up getting maybe 1 on that. He had to run about 20 yards to get it.
David Greenfield, number 32, coming off the line, running to the right side and pushing him down, eventually almost out of bounds, if not out. Not in the best spot for the clock, so I'm going to depend on Jeffrey tonight for that. But
okay, yeah, there's just under about 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this opening quarter. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Mustangs.
Looks like they kept him in bounds on that play. The clock.
Berriger is in the shotgun, looking to throw it deep. He's got a man out there. It's also defended well and just tipped off the hands of, I believe he was going for Kyle Stockford again. He's got a pretty good arm because that was a throw against the wind.
And again, Ryan out there, number 14, Tawinski.
Tawinski. There we go.
We have a lot of Tawinskis in Cadillac. It doesn't seem to read that way, but he's got some athletic ability himself. He's really good at jumping up, and he is.
He put himself in a good defensive position on that. Okay, so it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs. They've got 3 spread out to the right, 1 to the left. Berriger takes it. He's rolling to the right just a little bit, puts it out in the flat. He's got a man at the 50-yard line. That's, Stockford again. Stockford is tackled down at midfield. That's going to be good for a first down for the Mustangs. Nice pass and catch by Berriger and Stockford.
Devin Davis in on that, Bradley Burden, and a couple of extra assistant tackles happening from Lake City. Good speed, good gang tackling by Lake City. The passing got to be impossible through this wind, but
he's getting it done, though.
He sure is. And
there's not a lot going on the ground, so maybe this is going to loosen the defense up just a little bit and make the game work just a little bit better. Okay, this handoff is to Stockford. Stockford's met by a Lake City defender right away. He shrugs that one off and ends up getting about 3 before he's brought down.
Sebastian Noren, the tackler, the senior, who's playing linebacker as well.
Yep.
Good game last week, Kent City, 14-7 game for Lake City.
Well, and that was a good test for the Trojans because they hadn't really been tested in a while, and I think before playoffs hit here, they needed a team to be facing like that, and an undefeated Kent City team. So that was a good warm-up for the playoffs for them. Okay, so the Mustangs trying to get their ground game going here. And here comes a late flag, so there must have been a little bit of late shenanigans going on.
Yeah, and it wasn't even in the tackle. It was adjacent to it, and a couple players standing up, pushing each other. And some retaliation, nothing terrible, but it is inappropriate Tackle on that was 33, I believe, Burton. It's going to be a personal foul on somebody.
Well, you know, they called a holding call here, so I didn't see anything mentioned about any kind of personal foul, so it seemed like an awful late flag for a holding call, but that's what it is, so.
It could be a defensive holding that late, typically.
All right, so that's going to push the Mustangs back into a 2nd and about 13 from about their 47-yard line. Berger trying to get the signals correct from the coach, wants to make sure and get the right play called here. He's taking this one from the shotgun. He's got 2 spread out to the left, 2 to the right. That's number 11 in motion, Josh Berger. He's got a little screen going, gets him out in the flag, shrugs one tackle off, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and just does get past midfield. That's going to leave him with a long 3rd and approximately 9, maybe 10 for the Mustangs.
Tawinski on the tackle again, his 2nd. So I'm wondering if he caught that ball. It was down pretty low, and he just scooped it up and had enough fingertips just under it. Those are tough calls for the official. Throwing the wind, a little bit of rain on the eyes. Can't make it easier.
Okay, so an important 3rd and 9 here. The Mustangs are trying to get something going. They certainly don't want to get stalled out too long because with the way Lake City moves the ball and racks up points, and as stingy as they are on defense, they definitely want to try and get some points on the board here. That handoff is to Kyle Stockford. He's all the way up to about the 48-yard line. That's going to be about 3 short of the first down marker. And that's going to leave them about a 4th and 4 at Lake City's 44-yard line. So, Bill, when you're 4 and 4, do you go for it here? What do you think?
I think you do on the weather. I'm going to call this 4th down territory.
Yep, they're going for it.
Miles McLeod on the last tackle, muscles. Let's see if they can do it. I would go for it right now.
Okay, that's what Coach is thinking. And wow, he gets up to the 40, a big tackle, and I think he may have come up just short. It's going to depend on the spot, but I'm pretty sure he came up short. I did not see the number on that tackler that came up.
Skylar Miller ended up getting him, but Devin Davis just came and gave him a shot, just exploded, bounced off of him, slowed him down just enough.
Yeah, and that was the difference maker right there. It threw him right off balance.
Yeah.
And a nice defensive stand by the Trojans, and they are going to take over on downs.
Wow. And that was, how'd the first punt go? We'll ask that, remember?
Right.
That thing, I mean, that's another reason to go for 4th and 4.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to gain all that much the way the wind is going. Okay, so nice defensive stand by the Trojans. They are going to take over at their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. All right, officials getting everything all set up. That is Matt Holt taking this one from under center. He's going to hand it off to Thome. Thome looking for some room around the left side. He's got a couple tacklers there. He gets a couple. That was number 52, Gabe Brady, in on the tackle. Looks like it was good for a few.
That was Miles, was it? Muscle?
That was Thome.
Okay, sorry. He's got some muscle, too. That's what that means. He's a good runner.
Noah Thome, which he is number 11 tonight. They've been doing a little bit of jersey swapping on us throughout the weeks here. And I'm not exactly sure what the officials are discussing here. But anyway, they appear to have everything straightened around, and we're ready to go. 2nd and 7 for the Trojans. They're at their own 43. Hands off to David Greenfield. Greenfield's got some room around the right side. He's around the corner. He's got one guy to beat. That was Kyle Stockton, who nicely knocked him out of bounds, not before 1st down yardage. And David Greenfield with a nice run. He got all the way up past the 40-yard line to about the 37 of Sanford.
And Stockford just put a hit on him as he was going over there. Just a little collision course. And
just introduced himself to him for the night.
No arms. It's an arm-free tackle. Just boom, right in the middle, and off the runner goes.
Yeah, he had a good angle on him.
Yeah, It was a good angle. No hands needed. Look, Mom, no hands.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here come the Trojans. They're at their own 37 with a fresh set of downs. Holt takes a snap. He's going back to pass. He's got Devin Davis. He's open, and Davis makes a beautiful reaching catch, and he did. The ref says, yes, it is a good catch. It came close to the ground, but he stretched out and got that, and we're going to try and bring that replay to you. What a beautiful catch. Now, did that get in the end zone?
I thought he did.
I think he came a little bit short. We're going to look at the replay here. Holt goes back and throws a nice ball. Davis was in full stride, and he reached out. He did end up in the end zone, but his knee came down about the 1 yard line, so it is going to be first and goal for the Trojans. What a nice catch by Devin Davis, and nice throw by Matt Holt. And that handoff definitely ends up in the end zone. Touchdown, Lake City Trojans.
Didn't catch the runner on that one, Jeff.
I did not. Didn't see it either.
That does end the first quarter.
Yep, that's going to be the last play of the first quarter as the Trojans are going to kick the extra point here again. Up 13-0, and looking to increase that to 14. That one is up, and it is good. Okay, so that's going to put an end to the first quarter. You're watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV. We'll be back in just a moment for exciting second quarter action.